There's a lot more to offer on the streaming front. Particularly, let's start with Disney Plus and fully get into Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. We talked about it briefly on last week's show, looking ahead, but now that it's out and everybody has seen the glory that is Tim Robinson's Ugly Sonic, talk to me a bit more about what you thought about the latest movie directed by Akiva Schaffer.
I told you that it was a very funny movie. Mm-hmm. That is still a product for a big corporation. Do you see any different now that you've seen it?
You know, I gotta say, I really was not bothered by a lot of the use of intellectual property. I thought a lot of it was subversive and weird enough and like kind of dark enough that it kind of justified being there to me. Like I was a little bit surprised by some of the liberties they were given with certain charters.
With other characters that I didn't even think they had the rights to.
Right,
that's where
exactly.
I was surprised.
It's something that extends way beyond the confines of just Disney, you know?
Yeah, exactly. In terms of the story, I think it's a cute story. I've always liked the Lonely Island trio coming together, doing their stuff. All of them are in here. Sandberg does the voice. You got the directing. You got the writing. Even other cameos that appear in there. I think it's a very enjoyable movie. I think this is a movie that if you're hanging out with a family, it's perfect to put on. You're going to laugh along with it. To me, towards the second half is where it starts becoming very... I guess the best way to put it is if you go online, you will see John Mulaney and what's his name from 911? Brooklyn?
Andy Samberg.
Andy? Doing all the commercials for it. And to me, the second half of the movie really is no different than them doing the commercials that they're doing right now of like, one of the chipmunks was animated to be different. Let's look back at the top 5 animated Disney people, like Pete's Dragon. And it's like no different to me when you get to a lot of the second half stuff that they're doing. I don't know if you saw the little controversy, Zach, dealing with the main villain in this movie, which I think appears in the trailer, being a very deep cut to the actual kid actor.
I didn't see that,
Peter
actually.
Pan. So supposedly the story obviously goes on this idea that Peter Pan is like gone evil, and the idea is that they're connecting that to when the actual actor who played Peter Pan got blacklisted.
Interesting. So they're saying that it's like a commentary on that, or because that just feels like an unintentional coincidence for me.
I mean, when you look at the movie, I could see why people have a problem with that and the way that it connects, but I don't know how much the writers themselves care about that stuff. Yeah. But to me, I think that a lot of it is they're just doing it for the jokes, and I think a lot of the jokes in there are able to land. But to me, it still doesn't change the fact that we're in that era of the Ghostbusters remake still being what you wanted repackaged. Matrix, what if it's repackaged? Spider-Man, what if it's repackaged? This was the cutest version of them all. It's still repackaging, in my opinion. But hey, as a Disney Plus original movie, I think it's one of the best that they've had. Lord knows it's better than Sneakerella. So,
I don't know, man. I don't look at it as just repackaging. I look at it as, revitalizing. Bringing something fresh to it.
You like that? You like that poster, huh? It's not a comeback, or it's not a reboot. It's a comeback.
No, I mean, look, this is just an interesting world to me. I think this is picking up spiritually where films like Who Framed Roger Rabbit off, and really to me, the only drop off is in the animation just kind of being a little bit ugly and not really convincing, especially when it comes to some of that 2D stuff. But I don't know. I thought there were a lot of good jokes, a lot of good vocal performances. I think just even the way they're able to reframe the TV series of Rescue Rangers within the context of this story, I just think it's really clever. I enjoyed it, man. It's a movie that I thought was fun enough that I plan on rewatching it.
Wow. Okay.